where the oak tree meets the creek's embrace. I carved our names inside a heart that day. We watched the sun paint gold on your soft face. Under that sky, my dreams were never gray. The fence we built from fallen timbers grace stood guard like sentries, quiet come what may. But time's a thief and winds do whisper low. That fence walked away just like your tender glow. Now I roam these trails with dust beneath my stride, where memories echo and old ghosts reside. The saddle hangs untouched, it's worn and frayed, like the lines that time etched upon my brow. The scarf you left on the porch swing, it swayed, a dance of shadows as I keep my vow. The cabin's empty, laughter sorely traded for silence like the fields after they're plowed. But time's a thief and winds do whisper low. That fence walked away just like your tender glow. Now I roam these trails with dust beneath my stride, where memories echo and old ghosts reside. In the heart of night, by the fire's light I see visions of you like whispers of rain on dry leaves. Each log and stone, each dream we've sown, now part of me, tethered to this land where my spirit still believes. Yes, time's a thief and shadows they do grow. The fence walked away, but your love still flows through gravel roads, neath endless azure skies. I'll walk these lands till my lonesome heart lies. And though you're gone in the sunset's fiery blaze, I find a peace in these gold-soaked wistful days. Banks where the willow trees sway, there's a campfire we built one summer's day, under skies vast and blue as your eyes, on the soft bed of earth where my lone heart lies. We carved our dreams in the bark of an oak, shared whispered tales with the smoke. But the river rose on its stormy night, washed away the fire that once burned so bright. Now I roam through the towns, past the doors you once knew. Every sunset's a memory fading like the dew. Love's like a trail that just winds and winds, campfire washed away, leaving only vines. The cabin stands empty, the windows all bare, like the hollow in my chest filled with cold prairie air. Where we danced on the porch, the old record spun, a melody lost to the silence succumb. Gravel roads stretch and touch untouched by your tread. The saddle's untouched like the words we left unsaid. But the river rose on that stormy night, washed away the fire that once burned so bright. Now I roam past the porches under ghostly moon's hue, each step a reminder of the love that once grew. Love's like a shadow in the twilight's deep binds, campfire washed away, leaving echoes behind. Chasm so deep, find the scarf you once wore. Is it still mine to keep? As the stars wheel above in their cold distant play, the darkness holds tight where your warmth used to lay. And the river keeps rising like my heart's mournful cry, washing over old memories that refuse to die. Every campfire I build, every flame I set free, is a prayer that someday your shadow returns to me. Love's a story that ends where it once did begin. Campfire washed away, but the embers still spin. Built a fire where the prairie bends, thought I'd sleep alone again. But you came walking through the sage with bare feet and a smile that stays. You asked for coffee, I gave you stars. You asked for peace, I gave you scars. But somehow you didn't turn away. You pulled up close and chose to stay. Out where the wind can hear us talk, where no one's watching how we walk. You held my hand, I dropped my guard. You found the beat behind my scars. No church, no vow, no paper sign, just dust and hearts and stars aligned. We made love where no one steers us, out where the wind can hear us. You don't say much, but your eyes confess every ache and tenderness. You once rode hard, loved fast and wild. Now you trace love in every mile. You patched my gate, you fixed my fence. You called me home without pretense. And I who swore I'd never fall, now wait for your boots in every call. Out where the wind can hear us breathe, where love ain't dressed in silk and wreaths. You kiss like storms, you touch like rain. You make me bloom in drought and flame. No rings, no rules, just flame and dirt. But every glance still makes me hurt. In that sweet way the real heart stirs us, out where the wind can hear us. I didn't ride here looking for love,
but you stayed.
Yeah, 'cause I found it in the silence you made.
Out where the wind can hear our song and carries it for years to come. Maybe someday the tale they'll tell is how we tamed each other well.
No statues, names, or wedding bell, just two souls that time can't quell. We still dance where no one steers us, out where the wind still hears us. by the whisper of Oak Creek, where the shadows of oak trees start to sneak. I recall her scarf, blue as the twilight sky, and the rye we held tight, my love and I. Her laughter mingled with the rustling leaves, echoes softly where my heart still grieves. Oh, rye held tight in hands so warm, not just a whisper in the storm. Her love a fading trail in my mind, in the solitude that I find. Oak Creek, carry my sorrow tonight, under the stars, oh, I held tight. Seasons turned and the wild rye grew tall on the path to that old empty cabin's call. The porch creaks with tales it yearns to tell, of sweet hellos and that hard farewell. The saddle sits dusty, the reins lay still. Life moves on, but my heart never will. Oh, I held tight in hands now cold in this quiet town where memories unfold. Her love a fading trail in my mind, in the loneliness that I find. Oak Creek, carry my sorrow tonight, under the moon's soft silver light. And the wind whispers secrets through the pines, carrying the scent of those lost sweet times. I'm just a shadow in this land, roaming free, holding on to what can no longer be. Oh, I held tight through years gone by, where dreams are kept and lovers sigh. Her love a trail I wandered blind, in the echoes of what's left behind. Oak Creek, carry my heart with the night, under the stars, oh, I held tight, forever held, oh, I held tight.
In the shadow of the old oak tree, where the creek sings low, we carved our names, young and bold, in the bark, whispering so. Underneath that heaven stretch, where wild horses roam, I told you dreams of dusty trails, not yet knowing about the roads we'd comb. But unspoken words, they burn like the western sunset's glow, leaving shadows neath my eyes where your laughter used to flow. And every gust of prairie wind carries whispers sweet and stern of what I should have said, for those bridges learned to burn. Now the porch creek's empty, where your scarf once danced and breezed, and the saddle lays forgotten, with no one left to please. The cabin's bare as the desert's soul, the gravel road's been tamed, just echoes of your footsteps in a town that forgot my name. Unspoken words, they burn like the western sunset's glow, leaving shadows neath my eyes where your laughter used to flow. Every gust of prairie wind carries whispers sweet and stern of what I should have said, for those bridges learn to burn. Now where rivers run, the willows weep, and time peels at the barn, I learned that love's a keeper of the flame that never warms. Could those whispered winds, my darling, to your heart return? Or do they wander lost like me beneath the stars that yearn? So unspoken words, they burn like the western sunset's glow, fading trails and twilight's dust where our memories refuse to go. The night's cold blanket falls, the coyote lonely yearns for unspoken words that echo deep in the fire that always burns. Out where the oak trees whisper low under that vast unending sky, we carved our names years ago on the creek bank where old lovers lie. Your scarf it danced a wild free tune beneath the porch light's gentle sway. Our shadows cast by the silver moon promised forever, then you slipped away. Lonely fire, shut the door on this heart that knows your name. The wind's a cruel storyteller, fanning old flames, calling your name. Every ember's just a memory, glowing neath the ash of your. Carry me back, or let me be. Lonely fire, shut the door. Now the saddle's worn, the trails have faded, gravel roads don't sound the same. The cabin's empty, the laughter's jaded, echoes of you I still claim. Where once we roamed the wild unkempt, now stands a quiet lonesome view. A landscape changed, just faint imprints of a love that once I knew. Lonely fire, shut the door on this heart that knows your name. The wind's a cruel storyteller, fanning old flames, calling your name. Every ember's just a memory, glowing neath the ash of your. Carry me back, or let me be. Lonely fire, shut the door. So here I stand in the whispering rain, asking the sky what remains, for the dust to settle, for the pain to wane, for the sun to rise and dispel this chain. Lonely fire, shut the door, let the shadows claim the floor. If love's a tale of before, then let silence speak forevermore. Yes, lonely fire, shut the door, leave me be to wander the core of a heart that beats, a heart that told. Lonely fire, shut the door. Close the past, let the embers die underneath that sprawling starlit sky. Out there where the old oak stands, under the weeping sky, I first saw her while laughing eyes in the spring when the river was high. We carved our dreams in the bark, sealed them with a sunset's cry. But like the leaves that turn with time, some love just says goodbye. Storm stays in the hollows of this heart. Winds may twist the path, but from her memory I can't part. Rain falls on the tin roof like tears on an old porch light. And in the whisper of the pines, I'm with her every lonesome night. Years flew like dust off a cowboy's boots through seasons of endless roam. Her scarf still hangs by the door of the cabin that we called home. The trails that we once walked, now overgrown, tell the tales of days gone past. Like the shadow of an empty saddle, some things ain't meant to last. The storm stays in the hollows of this heart. Winds may twist the path, but from her memory I can't part. Rain falls on the tin roof like tears on an old porch light. And in the whisper of the pines, I'm with her every lonesome night. By the flicker of the firelight, I see her dancing free. Neath the stars and still remember what my heart won't let me be. So here I stand, a broken man, on roads that she once graced, holding on to a ghost of a girl in the storm that never fades. Storm stays, oh but how I've tried to ride past her memory's gate. Yet every sunset spills her colors in strokes I can't erase. Rain falls on this heart-soul porch like whispers of her life. And I know in the dust and the wind, she's never truly out of sight. So I sing this song to the storm, to the love that I still crave, beneath the vast eternal skies, till I take it to my grave. I ain't the kind to beg or stay. If the fire dies, right away I gave you love like open land, but you wanted fences. Not a man, I lit your sky with cowboy dreams. You tried to cage my wild, it seems, but hearts like mine don't wear no chain. We burn, we bleed, but never tame. I ain't born to break. Mistake my silence for shame. I'd rather lose than fake. The soul ain't built for blame. If you wanted someone to change, you should have found a different name. I'm not yours to bend or take, darling. I ain't born to break. Kissed me like you meant goodbye, and thought I'd crawl too numb to try. But girl, I come from thunder roads where pride runs deep, and rivers know that freedom costs a heavy price. But I'll pay twice before I lie, so keep your tears in clever lines. I'll keep my boots, my smoke, my spine. I ain't born to break.
that don't scar or crack or shake. But me, I ain't born to break. So write me off, call me stone, but I'd rather stand out here alone than ever bow to a love that takes more than it ever tries to make. I ain't born to break. Don't you dare confuse my pain with some weakness in my name. I got thunder in my veins. I'm the storm that rides at dawn, the last chord in your goodbye song. You left, and baby, that's your state. But me, hell no, I ain't born to break. In the shadow of an oak, where the wild daisies grow, I first kissed you under that time-worn glow. Your laugh echoed off the canyon's embrace, while sunset painted gold on your face. Fading light, watch me leave through trails where heartaches weave, under skies too wide to grieve. The dust swirls with my dreams deceived. Now the cabin's empty where we used to dance. Floorboards whisper secrets to the cold expanse. That old porch swing sways, but only with the breeze. Not like when we swayed, so effortless and free. Fading light, watch me leave through trails where heartaches weave, under skies too wide to grieve. The dust swirls with my dreams deceived. On a gravel road, the rains came down, turned all those whisper secrets into muddy ground. A scarlet scarf you left behind is the only touch I find. Fading light, watch me leave the oak, the porch, and the memory weave. Sun dips low like my heart, it cleaves to the fading light that watched me leave. In the quiet solitude where shadows play, I reckon hearts like mine were made to stray. But as the stars come out to grieve, it's your name they whisper as I retrieve.
In the shadow of an oak, where the wild river bends, I found a piece of your scar on the trail where summer ends is frayed and faded now, like the memory of your gaze caught in the silver light of those long lost golden days. That scarf turned cold as the nights grew old, and you drifted away like the autumn leaves so bold. Under the whispering pines where our secrets softly fold, I'm a lonesome shadow with your scarf turned cold. The cabin's empty, echoing each step I dare to make. Gravel roads to nowhere, each turn another ache. Where laughter danced on the porch, now only silence reigns. Your absence like the drought that yearns for winter rain. That scarf turned cold as the nights grew old, and you drifted away like the autumn leaves so bold. Under the whispering pines where our secrets softly fold, I'm a lonesome shadow with your scarf turned cold. Now I roam through the ghost of town, past doors that creak no more. Every sunset bleeds the same onto the dusty floor. If love is a land to wander, I'm lost without a guide. Your scarf in my pocket and a storm inside. That scarf turned cold, my heart still low, lost in the winds where our fading dreams are told. Under the endless skies where our wild love once strolled, I'll wander alone with your scarf turned cold. Yes, I'm just a whisper with your scarf turned cold. So I'll keep riding under these sprawling haunted skies. The trail never ends like the sadness in your eyes.
Underneath the oak, where the creek bends low, there's a whisper of a scarf left by winter snow. Sunset spills like fire where we used to stand. Her laughter echoes over scrubland and sand, and the creek listened as I spoke your name through the rustling reeds where my sorrows came. The water runs like memories I can't hold. Creek, listen close to the stories told. Years have worn the pathways, cabins fall to dust, gravel roads to nowhere, lined with broken trust. Once we watched the stars from an old porch swing. Now the night just whispers through the cold spring, and the creek listened as I spoke your name through the rustling reeds where my sorrows came. The water runs like memories I can't hold. Creek, listen close to the stories told. There's an ache in the silence where the wind replies, saddle worn and empty beneath these endless skies. In the solitude of dusk, to the creek I confess, all that's left is shadow and your faded dress. And the creek listened as I cried your name past the rustling reeds by the flickering flame. The water runs like memories now turn cold. Creek, listen close as my heart grew old. So the creek listened and the oak trees know of the love lost in the echo where the wild winds blow. With each sunset painted in sorrow's deep hue, the creek still listens as I whisper to you. Trees whisper, I first met her in the spring soft glow. We danced 'neath stars near the old creek's murmur, where the wildflowers dared to boldly grow. But her goodbye said nothing, left me holding dusty scarf the color of the dawn. Echoes of hoofbeats fade and growing in the silence where her shadow's gone. Years rolled like thunder across these plains. The porch still creaks with her absent steps. Through summer storms and winter's icy chains, in the saddle I roam where our sun once set. Her goodbye said nothing, but these old trails speak her name with every gust that weaves along the gravel road beneath the veil of twilight's breath. My heartache cleaves. Now the cabin's empty, the fire's low, just a lone coyote calls to the moon's pale light. And these whisper secrets the winds won't blow away, keep me searching for her in the night. Yes, her goodbye said nothing, yet it echoes loud in the rustle of the leaves and the creek's soft sigh. Underneath this vast, unending cloud, I reckon some goodbyes don't mean goodbye. Her goodbye said nothing, a silent pact, bound by the land where our memories lay.
On this lonesome trail, there's no turning back. Her goodbye said nothing, and everything in its way. Out where the cedar shadows lay, by the rusted gate on Fiddler's Bay, I remember her scarf red against the gray, and the promise we made at the break of day. Her laughter tangled in the wild oak breeze, while our dreams soared high like the birds and bees. Front porch creaks under moonlit teas, now nothing but silence and falling leaves. Oh, that rusted gate said nothing as my heart spoke all out loud and clear, where the wind whispers secrets of the love we were betting, now just echoes of you disappearing with the deer. Years worn down like the old town road, gravel turned to dust where we once strode. That old log cabin, our love's abode, now empty, just the echo of the stories it holds. The rains came through, washed away the traces of tender touches and cherished places. Yet under the oak, where time embraces, I still see us dancing, lost in love's graces. Oh, that rusted gate said nothing as my heart spoke all out loud and clear, where the wind whispers secrets of the love we were betting, now just echoes of you disappearing with the deer. So here I stand where the wild thyme grows, on the pathless walk where the river knows. I've ridden under sunsets through highs and lows, but your shadow beside me, endless as it goes. Yes, that rusted gate says nothing, and I'm still speaking to the stars so near. In the silence, your memory softly clutching to the heart of a cowboy who can't let go of the fear, where the rusted gate stands solemn and the night draws near. I'm the echo of a love song, fading but always dear. Where the oak trees shadow gravel roads, I found her scarf a whisper among the ghostly oaks. Under a sky bruised purple by the dying sun, memories stir the dust where our rivers used to run. The canyon echoes, their laughter in the breeze, swept through empty cabins, rustling the autumn leaves. Oh, the canyon haunts with its shadow so wide, where my heart lies buried on the wilder side. In the hush of the twilight where the cold winds weep, her memory holds me but never sets me free. Now the porch swings lonely, the saddle's worn and old. No more tales by the fire, just the silence of the cold. The trails we wandered, now faded, overgrown, like the promises we made, now just stones I walk alone. Rain taps on the window like her gentle pleading eyes, asking why love's fire fades beneath the endless prairie skies. Yes, the canyon haunts with its shadow so wide, where my dreams turn to whispers on the wilder side. In the hush of the twilight where her soft ghost cleaves, her memory holds me, binds me but never leaves. In the stillness I wonder as the stars peer down, if love's just a moment's grace in this vast unending town. Can the heart reckon what the wild wind knows? That love's a fleeting shadow where the bitter river flows. Oh, the canyon haunts, and I'm a shadow too, roaming ever restless beneath the weeping moon. Yet in every whispered wind and every shifting stone, she's the lingering sigh that I'll forever roam. Her memory holds me, haunts me, and I'll never be alone. Down by old Sycamore Creek, where the waters whisper low, I found her wildflower scarf beneath the sunset's amber glow. We carved our names in the oak, where the soft winds dared to roam, in that hallowed hidden grove where I once called her my own. But the creek waves like it knows my sins, underneath that fading sky where her memory begins. In the oak tree with our names worn thin, holds the tales of yesteryears and the love I couldn't win. Time has worn the wooden porch where we danced in gentle rain. Now the cabin's empty halls play a silent, sorrowed strain. The gravel road that led her back to a life beyond the ridge turned our summer's golden tracks into winter's lonely bridge. Yes, the creek waits with its mournful hymn, echoing through whispering leaves where our world was bright and now dim. And that oak tree, standing stark and grim, marks the dreams we left behind on the rim of time's own. Twilight haze, a drift
cost. So the creek waits, and I'm standing still, with the shadows growing long and the night air crisp and chill. Yes, the creek knows, it always will. That part of me stayed behind in the heart I can't refill. And as the stars light up the hill, I whisper to the wind, guess some hearts are meant to spill. Out by the old Dixon line, where the oak tree stands alone, I carved our names inside a heart now overthrown by stone. The prairie wind whispers through the grass, a soft and sorrowed tone. It's where I last held you close for this life I roam. But the fence fades under the weight of years, just like the love we lost, drowned in silent tears. And every sunset bleeds a color I once knew, out where the wild heart grieves beneath the sky so blue. These boots have wandered far since the porch light dimmed out, past empty cabins, down gravel roads filled with doubt. The saddle's worn, the scarf you gave is frayed along the edge. Every trail I ride, a fading line, a broken pledge. The fence fades under the weight of years, just like the love we lost, drowned in silent tears. And every sunset bleeds a color I once knew, out where the wild heart grieves beneath the sky so blue. In the quiet towns where shadows lay their claim, I feel you like the soft, forgiving rain. Yet I wander still, a ghost among the dust, chasing echoes of a love in the winds I trust. Yes, the fence fades, swallowed by the land, like my heart's lines, drawn in the shifting sand. As the darkness feeds on the last light's view, I'm holding on to a memory forever lost to you. As the fence fades, and so do I, beneath the mournful, endless sky. In the shadow of an old oak's reach, where the creek sings lullabies, lies a cabin worn and weathered under vast unending skies. There's a bed inside that cabin where the linen smell of sage, and a scarf you left behind, my love, now yellow with age. The empty bed said nothing, but I heard it loud and clear. Every whisper of the fabric spoke of you no longer here. The windows hold the sunset, the porch creaks with my sighs. This empty bed says nothing, but it's screaming in my eyes. The trail's gone cold and dusty like the memories in my mind. Gravel roads we roamed are fading, left so many miles behind. The town seems just too quiet now, like it knows you're gone for good. And the saddle where you sat by me is just worn out leather and wood. The empty bed said nothing, but I heard it loud and clear. Every whisper of the fabric spoke of you no longer here. The windows frame the twilight, the door sways with my cries. This empty bed says nothing, but it's screaming in my eyes. Now the rain taps on the rooftop like your fingers drumming time. And I wonder if the storm clouds know what's forever left behind. By the hearth I sit in silence, the flames flicker out your name. In this house of broken whispers, life's never quite the same. The empty bed said nothing, but I felt its cold embrace. Each night's a haunting melody of your absent grace. The moonlight steals through curtains, painting shadows we once knew. This empty bed says nothing, still I'm speaking back to you. Out where the oak trees shadow old gravel road, she laughed under stars, her scarf catching the glow. By the creek where the water whispered secrets so low, her voice sank into my soul, sweet and slow. Oh, her voice was a melody, soft as the dust drifting over the plains with the scent of dry musk. But time like a thief stole her whisper away. Now I roam with her echo in the twilight's gray sway. The porch still creaks where we danced free of care, but the cabin sits empty, just cold, thin in air. Gone like the rain on a hot, dusty pane. Left me with shadows and a heart full of pain. Yeah, her voice was a melody lost in the wind, fading fast like the light when the evening thinned. I reached for her warmth in the chill of the dawn, but turned to find the whispers of what's gone. Sometimes the scent or the way the wind moans brings me back to her laughter, her soft, gentle tone. Yet each sunset that bleeds into nights deep unknown reminds me some songs are too sweet to be held long. Her voice was the comfort I seek but can't hold, a memory wrapped in the warmth of her fold. As I sat on my horse and faced roads unknown, her voice sinks deeper in wild lands alone. under a burnt orange sky. The oak tree's shadow where we once lay side by side. Her scarf's still a ghost on that old porch swing. Dances with the wind, a silent twirling ring. Every whispered breeze, every rustling leaf brings me back to her, brings me that sweet grief. Her goodbye haunts the prairie of my heart. Each sunset paints the echoes of her part. Riding along where wild rivers bend, her memory's the companion I can't comprehend. The cabin's empty where laughter once filled the air. Her absence, like the dust, settles everywhere. The trail's fading now, where we walk 'neath starry veils. Lost paths in dead grass, old love and broken trails. No more her voice floats over fields of gold, just the echo of silence in the cold. Her goodbye haunts the prairie of my heart. Each sunset paints the echoes of her part. Riding along where wild rivers bend, her memory's the companion I can't comprehend. Sometimes I wander under these relentless skies. If the stars watch me too, through her gentle eyes. The saddle's worn, the knives mercilessly long. In the cathedral of the plains, her farewell is my song. Her goodbye haunts the prairie of my heart. Every dawn a reminder we're worlds apart, but still I ride where old shadows blend. With her memory, the love I'll never end. In the shadow of the oak, where wild rivers bend, lay a scarf blue as the skies where laughter blend. In that old dusty town where the porch swings side, I first saw her smile in the spring sweet tide. And her eyes closed her eyes under vast prairie skies, left me tales in the trails where the old love lies. As the sun dips low, paints the world in cries, her eyes closed her eyes, and the memory never dies. Now the cabin's empty
and the saddle's warm. Gravel roads less traveled and the fields unshorn, where the creek used to sing, now a silence grows. In the heart of the forge, only cold wind blows. Her eyes closed her eyes in the twilight's embrace. Every star up above seems to mirror her face. With each gust that moans through the empty space, her eyes closed her eyes, left a tear trace. Oh, the echoes of hoofbeats like a heartbeat fade on the paths we once walked, now just ghost parades. All those moments we captured, now just shadows cast in the dusk of my mind, where the die is cast. Her eyes closed her eyes, now the nights grow long. In the silence, her absence is a haunting song. As I wander these lands where our dreams once flew, her eyes closed her eyes, but mine wish it untrue.